G'day and welcome to WTF, along here with Angela Heiser, Dr. Chris Willems and myself, Alan Stevens. And today we want to talk about spammers and scammers. And let's face it, they're in a prolific rise at the moment. The number of emails that we get, the number of connection requests on Facebook, LinkedIn and other places, and also with the emails more than anything else, with promises of all sorts of things. Guys, what effects have you noticed lately, Angela?
I don't want to open emails anymore. I mean, the first thing I do now is I check the email address. Like, where's it coming from? Because just yesterday I got an email from MyGov, the Australian government, and the first thing I did was check the address, and it went straight into the bin.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
No. Yeah. And with AI now taking over and all of these abilities to actually, and I don't know if that's AI, but the ability to actually log on and then get into the computer just because I've clicked on something, that scares me.
It's really frightening, and as you say, we don't want to open emails anymore. Because and so many of them, even if they're not scammers, they're spammers, and they just want you to buy something off them. You don't know, the no, like, and trust factor doesn't even kick in because you don't know them. And so, well, why would I spend money on someone I don't know for a service I don't really need? And you've found me off a list somewhere. And I don't know who the bloody hell you are. Go away. But we waste so much time dealing with that. And then occasionally you get one that looks a bit dodgy and went, oh, actually, no, this is legitimate, like car registration or whatever. But the first thing
I almost missed one because of that.
Yeah, well, we nearly missed one as well. Because you assume it's come to the point where we assume most emails are scams. And that's really sad.
Yeah,
or connection requests.
Yeah. I sit there each day, and the number of emails just flip straight into the delete folder at a rapid rate from the junk folder in a lot of cases. You occasionally get a real one that's come through, and for some reason it hasn't come through properly. But most of them, first thing, as Angela said, check out where it came from. First of all, if it's come from somebody I know, I'll be checking that. If it's a website to a business somewhere, like might be, say, the Commonwealth Bank, for instance, what you then need to do is it might read Commonwealth Bank or the actual link, but just check that O might be a different character altogether, but it looks like an O. And that's what some of the scammers were doing. And then you click on it and go and put your details in, and now they've got access to your bank accounts. But if somebody sends me an email and it has hi there, or it doesn't have any salutation at the top whatsoever, or it says they call me legend or champion or something like that, unless it's come from one of my very close friends, straight, I don't even read it, straight to the spam folders, to the delete folder. And in fact, I've now got rules set up from different people that it goes, if it comes in, straight to delete. I never see it.
What a good
I get rid of it that way.
Yeah. But the banks, it's ironic. One of the banks, that shall be nameless, is saying, "Oh, yeah, we're your best protection against scammers." But it's the banks who've allowed scammers to actually operate and delve into all of our lives, and now they're going, oh yes, we're the champions of anti-spamming or anti-scamming. Yeah, bloody hell, thanks. Yeah. You'll get an email from the Commonwealth Bank or the NAB or whatever, and you don't even have an account with them. Say, oh, we're protecting your account. Well, bugger off. You're a scammer. It's just appalling, and it just wastes so much of our lives. It's so tedious, just wastes so much of our lives. It's horrible.
And we're talking about like interpersonal as well. Again, contact requests on social media. But I mean, I'm very aware of this because I get contact requests. I mean, finally it stopped. I think Facebook recognized that I'm just deleting. I'm not even looking at these. If I don't share friends, and if I look at the profile and it's military, widowed or divorced, and somewhere from the Middle East, and has a name that is supposedly, was born in a country where the name absolutely matches nothing. Like it's an English name in a Scandinavian country, or a Chinese name in a whatever. Just no, it doesn't make any sense. But it's that when people really want to connect, And I play Scrabble online, and I used to play with people I didn't know. And I was one guy, and we had a chat while we were playing, and he said, "Let's connect otherwise." To cut a very long story short, I quickly realized that he was not who he was supposed to be. And so I thought, I'll see how far I can take this. Until we came to the point where I said, "Isn't this the time where you're going to ask me for money now, or have we crossed that point already?" And he came back and he went, "Oh, how dare you?" And he was like, anyway, it's kind of an even longer story short. He eventually came clean and said, "I'm actually an IT specialist from Nigeria." And I went, "Oh, seriously?" Big surprise. And he's like, "Oh, you're a racist. He got really upset with me because I'd called him out.
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, you've just proven every stereotype that exists. So please do not call me a racist, because I'm not. You're just, you're just making a point here that I would have preferred you not to make."
Yeah.
And he was really upset. And when I blocked him, he got in through other channels. And I had to go everywhere and block him everywhere. Because he was just upset.
Well, I got a colleague who I know, a Facebook friend request, and I thought, I think we're already friends, and it came in like every 3 minutes. It kept coming. And so I rang her up and I said, "I think you've been hacked." And she said, "Oh, you just delete it and block it." But she had no idea, but for a whole day, it just kept bang, 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 as if you think that's legitimate. How strange.
That's one to watch out for, because what they do is they don't hack the other person's account. What they do is they duplicate it, they clone it. They go and put a name up that's their name, but also possibly a number or whatever next to it or whatever. That's how they've registered. And they go to your site and they grab your photographs. They put that up. They go and grab some of your history as far as where you went to school and things like that. Then they go to your friends listing on your real one, and they start sending friend requests out. That's what you would have got, Chris. And when I get one of those, straight away, I go and check and go, "Hang on, I'm already connected to this person." I'll get in touch with that person, the real person, straight away and say, "Hey, you haven't been hacked, but you have been cloned. Somebody's copied your site and they're masquerading as you." And I get them to report it to Facebook, and I also report it to Facebook. Once they have reported, I don't block it straight away, because I want to make sure that it has been taken down. If I block it, I can't see them anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And so because they've got to put some effort in to put those sites together. So let's make it really hard for them by doing all of this and then letting the people know. So they've wasted their time doing that, because as soon as I got one from a very close friend the other day, a whole bunch of people that are on my friends list were connected to. There's one. But the thing again was, it was only joined about a month or so ago. The site was, so I sent her the original site, said, "Hey, have you created another site, or is this somebody masquerading as you?" And so
I check every time.
They've got to put a lot of work, because AI I don't think can actually create that for them. They've got to actually manually go and grab stuff. So if we can make their life miserable by making all their work wasted time by doing this and supporting everybody else, they've put that together, got no one connected. So with this particular site, the next thing I did was then send a message to everybody that this fake site, the friends of mine, that they've actually talked into becoming friends. And I'll let them know it's a fake site, so they can all block it as well.
Well, wait, before, when you said that may not have known, I got a message a few months ago from a friend and colleague saying, "Oh, Chris, have you been sending me lots of messages, or have you been hacked?" And I went, I had no idea that I'd been probably duplicated, like you're suggesting, Alan. Had no idea, and you just go, and again, you waste half a day bloody dealing with it, and the emotional turmoil that comes with the anger and the frustration, because, well, what do I do about that?
So lucky that. Sorry, Angel, go ahead.
Oh, the really bad thing is when they grab your account and they hijack it and you can't get it back. A friend of mine had built a social media platform for years, and it was very successful, and she couldn't get it back.
Wow.
Because Instagram refused to give it back to her because she couldn't prove that it wasn't her. So this whole verified thing is, something that supposedly works, but it's just, it's, I just find it really, see, this is what we're talking about, building bridges of respect. This is where I go, are we really so greedy, so, I don't know, so evil that we don't even respect other people's identity. I can't wrap my head around that.
Well, the verify thing, I'm very nervous about, verify, because in Australia, I've been looking into it a bit. You've got to provide your passport, and a driver's license isn't enough. You've got to provide your passport. No way I'm going to give someone my passport details with my photo in it, because they'll just bloody AI it, and all of a sudden a document like that, which is an international document, that's the most credible document, and someone's just taken it and like.
Well, it's like Optus at the moment. They're sending out and saying, right, if you want to save some money on your account, actually they're charging you extra money if you make the payment yourself. They want to have your details. Well, they've already proven that they can't keep our details safe, so why would I do that?
Exactly.
And so they're extorting about $22 million out of the Australian public every month. It's only $2.20, but there's over 10 million users on Optus.
Yeah.
So these sort of things, at the same time, reason that people get trapped into this and they've got a fake site out there, somebody that's cloned them, is because of our apathy. Most people don't do anything. They'll see a lot of messages from you. They'll get upset about it, but they won't say anything to you.
Yeah.
Right.
This is why I recommend to everybody, go into Facebook, put your own name in and see how many of them come up, and go and check some of them out and see if your photo appears more than once.
What a good idea. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Same thing with LinkedIn as well. Any of those sites, always go and check yourself whether you exist, because that way you can then control it. I'm really lucky. I've got some really good friends around me, and hopefully the people who are my friends will feel lucky that they've got me as well, because as soon as I see something, as you said there, Chris, when something comes through and you think, hang on, I'm already connected to that person.
Yeah.
Quickly go and check it, and then I'll let them know. Because it's when we band together that we can then stop these, or make their life so much harder that they go and find some other way to scam people.
Well, my philosophy is trust no one, travel by night. It's the name of one of my albums.
What was the Arabic one? Trust everybody, but lock up your camels at night.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Anyway.
So this is the thing. We've got to be really careful about the scammers and the spammers. You need to be more aware. As you said, Angela said, right-click on the email addresses and see where it really came from. Not just what's up there, because sometimes what's there, because I've seen emails come back from Alan Stevens at alanstevens.com.au. It's my email address, but it didn't come from me. But when I click on it, right-click on it, it's been come from somewhere else. They've just superimposed my email address over the top of it.
Yeah, appalling.
So with all of that, thanks everybody for being here, and thanks to Angela and also to Dr. Chris. And just remember that building bridges of respect, one conversation at a time.